Hi everybody, welcome back to Rusty Gear Server. I appear to have forgotten that I was wearing a mask. Yeah, that that needs to go into storage. Yeah, we're just at our lake house at the moment. Andy's property is developing over there, and I have a couple of things going. I have this, which is making me 15 waxed linen, and I have some skeps. So let us, in fact, what time is it? Let's have a sleep, get some let's get some daylight on, huh? Oh, and Kendi came in. I didn't actually spot them join, so yeah. Anyway, it is winter, it's January, it's -8 degrees. It's not a particularly good time for farming. It's not a particularly good time for much of anything, to be honest, other than freezing. Freezing seems to be a good thing to do. And we are still pretty good for food. The pie, the magic pie, this is not magic pie, all of the things seem to gain gain days of functionality when you're offline, and I don't know, I think it's just a glitch. Anyway, we've got our bees and we are going to come over. Nope, that wasn't in game, that was in real world. And as we come over into here, I made a few changes because I noticed that someone had popped some ladders on this wall. So I realised that what people didn't want to do is have to kind of go all the way around here and then down and round and in. So I put that in there. Now eventually all of this is going to be obsolete anyway, but I gave a little ladder option there, so you know we can get down that way. And and there's somebody at my door, so I'll be back in a second. Sorry about that. Yeah, the wife just informed me that I've attempted to kill our cats. I didn't realise. I know cats are. I know that lilies are toxic to cats, and therefore I would never buy lilies. I think for anybody that had cats. What I didn't realise is that tulips are related to lilies and are therefore toxic to cats. So, and I bought some lilies post Valentine's Day. I never buy flowers at Valentine's Day because, you know, gouged. Anyway, so the piggies are generation 10. We are going to do something different here because the last one I bred of these are generation 6. Gran over here has generation 10 sheep. I got a choice. I can either continue trying to breed these things, which is going to take weeks and weeks and weeks of in-game time and probably quite a week or 3 of real time, because you know you get one of these pregnant, it gives a baby, blah blah blah, baby has to grow up, all that stuff. Or I can undertake the long process of creating a dirt tunnel to bring a tier 10 ewe, just the one, don't need many, all the way across here, all the way across here, into here. We can breed the tier 10 ewe with the ram and make lots of baby tier 10 ewes, and then we can use those to go things. And tier 10 obviously as this is where we're aiming for, and then we can start working on chickens. But anyway, interesting. There is actually a gap there. Well, that's one to fix. I presume, yeah, it's that one. You need a block to go there. Where am I going to find a block to go there? No idea. Anyway, so that was what I've been doing kind of over here, and then between episodes I also came over this side and moved the bees around a bit and put in the same up this side. And then I thought what we probably need is a bee area up here, so I have moved the bees. We've created a little garden. We're going to create a beekeeper's cottage around here. I'll probably put a wall or come out how to do it. And what I do need to do is place these down so we can expand these out. I've also put these apple tree cuttings, because there was an apple tree kind of about here-ish. But yeah, I've managed to get a couple of cuttings off of that and replant it. So the thing may never fruit in this climate, but there you go. That's the thing. And I've continued filling in the gap. So we've got this area here to fill and that area in the corner. And I've got some ideas for what I want to do there. However, today what I want to do is I want to have a look at improving our bees. How are you doing, Mr. Panda? Or Mrs. Panda? Or Miss Panda? Master Panda? You know, just Panda. Hello, Panda. How are you? Oh, okay. No need to get all stressed. What I want to do is I want to have a look and start into the... God, I can never remember. Let me just have a look at frame. That's probably the easiest. So the empty frame. So this is up Langstroth. I can never remember the name of these things. I want to have a look at Langstroth hives, which basically consist of multiple things. So this is the kind of the traditional bee box design where, you know, you've got your stand and then you have your boxes with frames in, and you have your supers, as they're called, and then you have your bit at the top where the queen lives and the brood and all the bees breed. And you can do, this is really quite complicated, but you need things like these panels. Now if you can do ebony ones, you take wax and planks and mix it, and you need like 6 for a base, and you can, and it is matches the colours. So I need to decide what colours I want to use. I think I may just go with oak and bald cypress, because that might be a nice, interesting, reasonably good contrast. I haven't got any ebony, so that's not. I could go with walnut actually. Walnut and oak could look good. Yeah, I think we've probably got walnut and oak. I haven't got any purple heart. And then you make your supers, which are relatively inexpensive, and you make your brood box, which is done by combining the brood box top, which you make like so and so, blah blah blah, lots of things. And I want to make 2 of them, and then you need to make the frames, and that's what I've got currently going, which is the linen for the frames. Now I came over here because I wanted to get a little bit more linen, and there's loads in the community centre because I keep planting flax, so yeah, you know, it's just one of those things. So let me sort myself out a little. I thought I put a whole load of walnut up there. Obviously someone's used it. Doesn't matter, that's what it's for. Probably not a lot of oak. I need to probably go and do some chopping to get that, but let me take... I only want like another... Let's just do 10 for now. That's what I mean. You know, there is an awful lot of linen here, look, and there's an awful lot of flax, and yeah, there's just lots. Anyway, let me sort out my wood situation. Oh, that sounded terrible. Let me sort out my log situation, and I'll be back in a moment. Okay, I have done the linen. That is 10 in there, and there's another 15 in there, so that is enough for 20, which is actually only one. Oh, maybe I need to do a little bit more. Maybe I do. maybe I do. I'm going to leave that in there because if I take that out, it's going to be an issue. However, I need... So we can do hive panels with one wax to thing. So I'm going to take my bee stuff because I keep running that, and we're going to stick 64 in there, and I'm going to stick 64 oaks, and it takes 2 days. So I'm going to have to fiddle around with that. But I'm also going to do 64 of these, which also takes 2 days, so we might as well get those going as well. And then I need to place down all of my spare boards, because I did an entire stack of oak and an entire stack of oh, just as well I made this a mezzanine, isn't it? Because that's going to go way up. Doesn't matter for now, because this is temporary. And it will look ludicrous, but there you go. That's fine. So it's going to be 2 days while... Oh, okay. Give me all of that away. Now you... that wants to go away. You... Oh, I don't need to... I've been going over here and throwing my rubbish out, and it's very unenvironmentally friendly of me. So I made this the trash can. It's relatively cheap. If I actually go and look at the trash can, which the only thing it's a barrel, some planks, and a bit of twine, and basically anything I'm throwing away, which I've got odds and sods. I always come back with odds and sods from these things, and sometimes I just have more than I can actually cope with, and this was one of those cases. So we'll put our walnut down, pardon me, that was the Coke speaking. Coca-Cola, that is. Yeah, sorry about that. Right, yeah. So we're going to have to wait 2 days. I can occupy myself quite easily. There's always lots to do. So even if it is just going and... Well, while we're getting beyond minus... Well, really cold temperatures, I think worrying about putting anything in there in planting up here is probably a pointless exercise. But yeah, let's go and put that away. We're keeping 16 of those for the 2 bases. I told you I had quite a bit of meteoric iron, so, and I do need to get a new shovel. Let's just take a few, actually take 4, because we've got to heat up 2 anyway. So I'll keep myself busy. I do need to work on this anyway. We need to get rid of you. We need to get rid of you. That can actually... It has been good to me, so we'll pop that away for now. And then I just need to decide what I want to keep in my travelling box, because, you know, am I ever going to use a bean-aid? Am I ever really going to use a bean-aid? It's a very valid question. I don't know. Am I ever going to use a bean-aid? I don't think I am. Build box, that probably needs to go in. That needs to go in. But it's also something that, you know, travel. I should have. Didn't I? Oh, let me just. Didn't I? Wasn't I supposed to have put that up in my resident archive box? No, there we go. Ah, there we go. That's what I've done. Okay. So this is all ready, and at the time of watching this, you probably, yeah, this will be the Friday before we go into the Resonant Archive, so I will be doing that shortly. At the time of watching it, it's about a week and a half away from me now, so there's still a lot of prep work to do. But yeah, let's wait for this to finish, and I shall be back in a moment. Okay, well, apart from a light temporal storm approaching, which I'm not going to sleep through, there are 64 oak Langstroth and 64 walnut Langstroth. I am going to make 1, 2, 3. I hope. Let's have a look. Of course, you can't see it like that. Let's have a look. Langstroth base. Oh, and a hammer. That was the missing ingredient. So, and let's not press the Windows key. Always a good start. So we need hammer and 1, 2, 3, 4. That's supers, but I'm not going to go there yet because what we want is 1, 2. Why can I not pick those? Oh, maybe I need a... Do I need a... I do need a slot. Okay, well, that's fine. Let's just come over here and we'll put that down there temporarily, and we'll go and do the same over that one. We'll put that down. Oops, hang on. Control and boop. So it's got the little ledge for the bees to land on. That's nice. And then we need to, and again, keep an eye on that temporal storm. We need Langstroth supers. So I want to make 2 supers per, I think. Well, that's actually no. Okay, 1 super per. But I need 2 supers, don't I? Because I also need to make the brood box, which uses a super. So that's basically going to be oak and... So, hammer, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That's a super. So 2, 4, 6, 8. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. I thought I'd made enough for 4 there, but that was only 3, wasn't it? Yes. Okay. Oh no, there is 4. Okay, we can... It doesn't matter. We'll just place these down. I'm learning. Pick up in bad slot, place matching brood box to create brood and open. Okay. So then we need, keep my eye on that storm, the top, which is basically going to be that again. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and probably the hammer because that seems to be. And that will go. No, get the right key. Right, so we need to go and grab you. You are going to go there, and then you. Oh, that opens. Okay, that's all very nice. Okay. Oh, good grief. Why are you... I mean, that clearly now would become no, that. Okay. So then again we need, what's the time? Keeping my eye on that paranoid in a paranoid fashion. So we're going to take you. Oh, I didn't make matching. Okay, that's fine. So that was, so I think it's like that. Let's have a look. No, all the way around. Like that, and then we can place that on there. Now we have got an approaching storm. I'm just going to get rid of that brute box that I made inadvertently because I don't think I'll use it. We need to place that away for the time being. That can come back into our inventory. Do I want to create? I think I should make myself one of these new spears as well, because my spears are starting to look a little bit worn. And I suppose I better go and get in the storm shelter and wait for the impending stormage. Oh, rabbit, you do not know what's coming. I'll be back in a moment once the storm starts. Yeah, back in a mo. Alright, and that is it. Little bit of let's just make sure we're not coming out into an unpleasant ambush. There's probably, yeah, there's one bit down there. Other than that, that was really, it was only a light storm, so you know, nothing to write home about. But we got a little bit of string for our efforts there, which if I were to go and add that to, then I can do that, and I've got space for it then. I'm going to put this away because this is, I want to break these basically. We've got our supers, we've got all of that, so the next thing we need after all of that fun and games is a frame rack, which is just 3 with hammers and sticks. So boop boop, boopage, boop boop. Put my hammer away, didn't I? Of course I did. Hammer, stick, stick, boop. Let's go with boopage like that. I don't think these have to match, but it does have to go into an empty slot. So we'll get these out, you know, like in there, and then with the frame rack we need to make frames, which are sticks, things, and resin. Now hopefully I have a little, I need to go and borrow some resin from somewhere. I know exactly where I can get some. So, oh, and I I got two whole gears. I'll add them to my nearly 400 gears. Let me go and grab some resin. Back in a sec. Alright, went to grab some. I left a load in the centre in the CC. So here are our frames. Which we can stick into the frame rack here, and that's all good. Now these we need to turn into frame liner, which we do with the knife. So we're going to do that. Let me just do... So that should be enough for 20 frame liners, which is... And then I presume I just... Yes, we just up... And then we can take those out, put these 10 in, and we can add more supers to this as well once we've got more frames. But I'll keep it simple for the time being, and we'll just do the one super. But you can have up to 4 supers, so that means up to 40 frames. So I think what we need to do now is why are you not allowing me to remove that now? Interesting. Well, what we do need to do is, and I'm not sure whether this will work or not, so we need to take you, and I want to know I can pick you up like that. Now the question is, have you got... And incidentally, I'm not flying around just because I feel when I'm recording, I mean the flight is really useful, I use it a lot, but I feel when I'm recording it's better to actually not be flying. Right, this is going to be awkward. I have got a slight issue here that I haven't got. So if I go and place you just down, populated skept start a colony. So I need 2 of these basically, but what I need to do is just place that out of the way. I need to make some room in my garden for my 2 Langstroth hives, and then those we can... What I would basically want is one actual hive up there with a whole load of... Well, there we go. That was what I was waiting for. I was waiting for that axe to break, because then I can move on to this axe, and then I'll make a new axe to replace that in there. That's the plan anyway. Right, let me just pop you away, and everything else is good. So let's see, do I want to just place the Langstroth there? Oh, maybe I can. That's as good a place as any, isn't it? Question is, can I pick these up, or do I need... Maybe I need to relog. I'll be back in a second. Alright, it seems you need to be on the empty slot in your bag, and that is what makes... Didn't like that. Okay. Then we can pop you, and we can pop you down Open you. Okay, this is starting to make sense. And then we populate this with that lot. Then we're going to come. Oh, we're going to come back. Oh no, we're going to close it. We're going to come back to our bag slot, and we're going to place you on there. And then we're going to pick you up in the bag slot, and we are going to place you on there. Now, here's a stupid question. Do I bring a populated skep and put it in when it's on the top, or do I take it off and populate it and then move it back? Do I eat a bit of pie while I am contemplating these? So that, what we need is to basically spread these again. So I am going to pick you up. You are a populated skep, as far as I'm aware. Let's go and see. Nearby flat. Okay, that's one in. So I'm going to need to relocate some of those skeps. Get the other Langstroth hive set up outside. I'm going to bring those ceramic hives over so we are so we can use those here, because there's no point faffing around. Which one did I take? This one. I'm going to guess that these, I don't think these are ready to swarm because it's probably cold. So yeah, we'll sort this out later, but let me get the Langstroth hive sorted, and then I can work further on getting more supers in there. Look at me, hark at me with me proper language. Right, we're going to take you, and then you, and you can come. Now this, for some reason, doesn't seem to contain the bees when you bring them back, so you do need to redo this, which is a bit of a pain, but there you go. But for now, you can go there, and then you can go there, and then we can get the other Langstroth hive in, and then I can, you know, do something else with that bee area. But yeah, this is starting things, and you can see, I mean, using the roads that we've provided is actually, I think, more immersive as an activity than having the just flying everywhere, whilst flying is undoubtedly very satisfying, of course. Right, let me just chop you out like so. Pop you down. You, we're gonna we are going to open. We're going to get our frames, and once we've actually got a bee house up there, I think the next thing would be to maybe even get some of these Langstroth hives in. I'm going to take you out and move you over there. No, not there. Not there. Okay, there. I just want to be able to, I'd like to, have I got any forget-me-nots or anything? There, let's take you out. And just put a little flower in front. That's... See, I get the feeling that that is probably a spot as well. But anyway, we need to go and grab another skep. So let me go and get up another populated skep. And we will slowly get to the point where boop. We'll move the other skep back. We'll get the little ceramic ones in. You know, as long as we've got the means to have 2 or 3 normal hives there, we'll always have the ability to spread them. The bees are out scouting for flowers. Right, let's just go and have a look at this. I realise it's dark, but at least, you know, with the torch, it's things I could sleep through the night. But it would actually still be dark currently, so that can go there. So we've got this lot going on. We've got you and you. Let me just Alt Control that over to here. You. And you can go there. We'll borrow. Do I want to borrow those yet? Maybe not. Let's leave them until we're ready. Because I'd like to spread them. I do need. Yeah, they should spread at some point once it's right. So so this is going to be the bee house. I still need to come up. I want a cottage designed for it. And I'm not entirely sure of the best overall layout for that. Yeah, I'll get a picture of that in the morning once it's actually good. We'll use the bee stuff thing to put our bee stuff in, because the frames do take damage over time, so that's a thing. I thought I'd put you away, obviously I hadn't. That can come back into play, and let me just quickly sleep until the morning and have some pie as well, of course, because it's always time. There's always time for pie. Still got 50 days on those, and these things are just unbelievably good. Oh God, I've got a small tabby cat laying on her back being the cutest thing in the world, and I know for a fact, and this is an absolute fact, that if I stroke her belly, it's a trap. We know it's a trap. This is how she works. She's just a troublemaker. Anyway, let me sleep. We can get a screenshot. That can go. I mean, I need to make a new axe as well. I've made a few bits and pieces. That can go up there. That can go in that can go in a miscellaneous thing. For now, it can go there, and that goes in my ore. But I need a new axe, and I suppose I better get the means of making that new axe. There we go. That can go in there. Lovely, lovely. I mean, I've got so much ore. I need to process all of this, and I've already got all of this. A vault at the new build is definitely going to be a thing. Let's just pop you away. We'll actually not be carrying that when we do the Resident Archive because it's build protected, so we can't actually break or place blocks in it. So carrying that with us will be largely pointless. But anyway, let me have a snooze. I'll be back in a moment. Alright, it's the morning. I've got my screenshot. These really do, and you can imagine once they've got 2 or 3 or even 4 supers on there, they're really going to stand out in this. Now I am going to get some shorter flowers, a lot more short flowers, you know, like these, maybe a few of these lupins, but for the most part I want to get rid of, well, the lavender I always like because it's purple and, you know, it's me and purple. But I would like to get shorter flowers, maybe even put some kind of paths in that we can walk around, and maybe get 4, maybe 5 or even 6 these Langstroth hives running, and then we'll have that there. Now hopefully by the time we get to recording the next episode, we will have baby piggy winks in generation 10, and then I have a design for a pig breeding and separating facility, so when we breed them the babies will fall into a space where they grow up and we can gently process them into bacon. Honest, that's entirely my intention. I'm also wondering, and you're going to have to let me know what you think about this, I'm wondering whether we should take the path blocks, and so for example down here, should this be, because this is what 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11, so if we take one, if you go to there, we've got 1 2 3 4 5, that's a middle. Should we actually have 3 or even 5 blocks which are actually path blocks, so we get the kind of the sense of the road, at least on this level, maybe coming up here and across there, past here, you know, kind of just joining in, maybe having a road that kind of comes round, because it seems odd to me that we finish like this and then go from super speedy fast path to not path. The other thing I do want to do is I want to go down this wall and I want to just add some detail. I want to put a couple more lakes in, ponds in around the edge, a few more of these outlets, some more leafage, few, maybe even if we can get some slightly different granite stone bricks and granite cobblestone, just to put a little bit of wear and tear on this. But you know, lots of things I want to do. But on that note, I think I've probably done as much as I'm going to do this episode. So until then, thanks for watching, guys. I will see you soon. Bye for now.